Hello everyone, this is Hunter, and today we're going to be playing one last Ravnica Phantom Draft in this league. So far, we've done pretty good. We've drafted some pretty good decks, mostly control, and we drafted one 4-color and one 5-color. And today, I believe we are going to start out, so Exva is cool. I don't know how much 1/1 counter stuff there is in the set. Niv Mizzet is also good, but the lands are probably the best. Overgrown Tomb being probably the best one here, so I think we're just going to take that since we don't really want to commit to a lot of colors or anything yet. At the beginning of your end step, return to your hand all creatures that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Okay, so that's an insanely good creature. Top end, but still very good. But I think we're just going to take the Blood Crypt. In this draft, I'd just like to take lands first, as you can go a lot of colors pretty easily with all of the fixing in the set. Here, we can go Spirebluff, Twilight, Watery Grave, or we could take a Bedevil or Repeal. Repeal is good because it's a great tempo play, draws you a card, and can bounce like a turn 1 or 2 play and set them back off aggro, so it's really good in control and in tempo. Bedevil is just a good card in general, being as there's quite a few like decent walkers and artifacts, and of course creatures are the main thing in this set. But I think we're just looking at the lands. Right now we have green, black, and red. So I think we want to take Watery Grave, and then we have like really good black mana, and we can pretty much splash everything else. The other option here would be Twilight Mire, because it's really good for splashing, because you can, as long as you have your other mana, you can make it. So here we have, so Boggart Ramgang is pretty good, just being a good beater that can like put minuses on creatures. Other than that, there's not a lot, so I think we're honestly just going to take the Rot Farm. Just have a bunch of lands so that we can kind of go into anything we want. So far, we're definitely going to go black. That much I know for very, very sure. Alright, so in this pack, we have a lot of good options, actually. This is probably one of the better packs I've seen. So Expansion Expulsion is very good as a late game card. It is double blue and double red, which sometimes can be hard. Our mana base isn't super into that, but Terror is just one of the better removal cards in the set, so we're just going to take that. So here we have a lot of good options again. We can take Fulminator Mage, which is a good card. We can take Experimental Overload, which is one of my favorite finishers, being a sorcery finisher, and also value because you get to return an instant or sorcery. I think it's good in like black, blue, red. We also have Ultimate Price, so it's basically between Fulminator, Experimental Overload, and Ultimate Price. Ultimate Price isn't great in this draft set. And out of these two, although I think Fulminator Mage is better. And here, Dimir Guildmage is absolutely awesome. Deathrat Shaman's good, and the lands also. But Dimir Guildmage is one of my favorite, regular cards in the set, just because it draws you cards, which is very good. What is this? Okay, so this is scry 3, draw 3, or just draw 3 on your at instant speed. I think that is probably what we want to go into. This actually seems pretty good too. This seems extremely good. It depends on whether we want to go more control or more aggro. I think we're looking... Yeah, I'm going to take this. So here... we can just take, we kind of went the more control-y route. I do like taking Murmuring Mystic here as a good card. Here we have, so this land is white-black. Is that the wait, I thought, oh, it's the other Niv Mizzet. Okay, this Niv Mizzet's still pretty good. I do like just taking Plaguecrafter or Beast Within, Curse of Chains. I think we're gonna take the Plaguecrafter. Okay, so here, Spirebluff Canal is a land I would like to have, but I think Bedevil's just the best option. Here, this is a hard pack. None of the cards are very good except Martial Law, but we don't have any white lands. I'm going to take it and put it into the sideboard. So here I am going to take Experimental Overload. The Woodland Cemetery. Oh, we got Experimental Overload and Expansion Expulsion. So this, like, blue-red is extremely open. I really wish we would have taken the Niv Mizzets, but that's okay. So here, Pillar of the Parents is good. It's not as good in our deck this time, as we don't have, like, tons of stuff, and we have activated abilities. But Mesmerizing Benthid is very good. One of the best blockers and stuff. We also have Shivan Reef, which is good. I didn't know Protean Hulk was in this set, but that's actually really cool. And Haunted Rage is also good. But I think we're just going to take the Benthid and then try to grab some more instant and sorceries. I wish we would have taken the Niv over the Plaguecrafter, but a little too late for that. Here we have quite a few good options. The Vivid Marsh is a 5-color land. If we get white, we can take Kaya, and she's good. Narset's good. Celestial Colonnade's good. Legion Warboss is a finisher all on its own. This is one of the better packs I've seen. We might just take Cry of the Cranarium. It's good against fast decks, and being control, we like that. It's interesting, though, because we could also just take Narset. So thinking about the set more, I do like Cry of the Cranarium. There's a lot of, like, 2 or less toughness creatures, and it's going to just kill them all for us. I think that's really good. Here, Searing Spear and Faith's Feathers are both good cards we would want. Right now, Searing Spear is the one we would probably want more. Of lands, we really do want Storm-Carved Coast, and I think we're just going to take it. Searing Spear is good, and dang, we like all the Niv Mizzets, but I think Niv Mizzet's going to wheel, saying as how the other ones do, and every time I've played this draft so far, this Niv Mizzet has wheeled because of how mana intensive he is. So I think what we're going to do is try to go like harder into blue-red and grab more blue-red lands. Yeah, I'll take Saheeli here, she's good. And then we'll try to grab that Niv at the end of this, near the end of this pack. Here, you do draw a card from this, so you can cycle it for 3 mana, hopefully kill something. But I think we're just going to take Fibblethip as the amazing, beautiful card he is. 2 mana, draw a card, get a 1/1, you can chump block, do other stuff, it's great. Here we have, so Mirrorweave is like really good with Murmuring Mystic, Mesmerizing Benthid, Saheeli. You can just turn all of your stuff into like a Mesmerizing Benthid or something like that. But I think what we're gonna do is take, so it's mostly between Opt or Heroic Reinforcements, but I think we're just gonna take Opt. Here we have, so the Blister Coil Weird, we have Duretti, or we have Dragon Skull Summit. Out of all of them, I actually do like Judith, just because we have a lot of tokens. Here we can go grab, it's mostly Dreadhorde or Disdainful Stroke. I do like Dreadhorde quite a bit, and our mana is pretty good, so I think I'm going to take that and try to grab some more lands. So here we're just going to take the Shivan Reef. Just try to get as many like blue-red lands as possible. Right now we have 4 that two that are blue-red, and 1 that's red, 1 that's blue. Here, we didn't really wheel anything that we really wanted. There was quite a few things from this pack, I believe. But we did get the Vivid Marsh, which is a 5-color land, so we're just going to take that. Alright, so in this pack, we don't have a lot of very good stuff. There is Sky Hussar, who's decent, but only if we get certain cards. So I think we're just going to take the Hinterland Harbor. Probably going to sideboard it. Here, we're just going to take the Justice Strike and sideboard it. Here, we're going to take the Vivid Grove and sideboard it. Oh, okay. So here, we get two good ones. But I think we're going to take Mirrorweave. And here we get a weird... Might not play it, I'm not sure. So the question here with our lands is, do we play Overgrown? I think we're going to play Golgari most likely. The Rot Farm, just because it's a bounce land, so we'll get like extra value. So here we have a lot of good options. We have Gutter Snipe, awesome card. Izzet Charm, very versatile, and Sulphur Falls. I think what we're really trying to do is the Gutter Snipe plan and grab a bunch of instant and sorceries. Also good to notice, Niv Mizzet didn't wheel, which is sad, but it's okay. Alright, so in this pack we have Heartfire and Doomblade, but I think we're just taking Doomblade. Good removal, works with all of our instant and sorcery stuff. Here we have a couple good options again. We have Quench and Tyrant's Scorn. We also have Mana Confluence, which is a good one. Bleeding Edge is interesting. I do like Tyrant's Scorn, and I think that's just what we're going to take. Good turn 2 play. Removal. Always want removal. Alright, so here we have not a lot of great options. We're most likely just going to take the Lava Claw, it looks like. So this card's actually pretty good. Just being unblockable, you can get a lot of damage in if they're not playing removal. The Banshee is actually tempting, but I think we're just going to go for more lands since we really want to hit all of our spells and stuff. Here we have... Okay, Persistent Spirit's interesting. Menace and Death Touch on a 3/2 for 3. We have Giga Drowse. I don't think it's very good though. And we have lands. We also have Dreadhorde Invasion, but I don't think that's where we're trying to be. Unless I'm wrong, but if I'm wrong, that's sad. But we're just going to take Drowned Catacombs, once again trying to get mana. Here it's Fire and Ice versus Shimmer. Fire and Ice I think is better, just with its versatility once again. So here we have Ritual of Soot and Dark Slick Shores. Ritual of Soot I think is going to be better because we're basically just trying to fight the long game and kill the aggro deck till we can finish it out with something like a huge expansion explosion or something like that. What does she do? She does 2 damage and then makes our stuff do more. X is the greatest power. So I think here we just, oh, yeah, we take, ooh, Shadow Mage Infiltrator versus Ionize. Shadow Mage Infiltrator is really good though if you can get him down and like back him up with stuff, and he dodges our Cry of the Carnarium too. So I think I'm gonna take him. So here we got the Izzet Charm. I think that's so. Oh, or what does this do? Counters a sorcery. Yeah, so Izzet Charm I think is just better. At least for our deck. We have 34 minus 9. That's 5. So we're going to cut 1, which is probably going to be the Blister Coil Weird. Most of our deck is actually pretty solid. Should work well together. We have Judith to kind of bump our tokens and stuff, and we have enough threats, and just, you know, Murmuring Mystic, like all of our threats win the game on their own, being Murmuring Mystic, Saheeli, Gutter Snipe. and Dreadhorde, if we can back Dreadhorde up enough, it can start to win the game. I would really okay, so we're probably going to sideboard Overgrown also. So I'd like to try to pick up some more threats in these last packs. Other black and red. So I think it might just be Clear the Mind, sadly. Yeah, I think it's just going to be Clear the Mind here. Here, I think we'll take Bleeding Edge, just because it can be a kind of win con. Okay, so this is interesting. We can get the Ink Fathom or the Banshee. And I think Banshee's better because it's more our plan. And it still has flying, so it's still kind of... Well, we can take the Dreadhorde. We'll take this and sideboard it. Piston Fist sideboard. It's decent, but not good enough. We are going to have to cut some more cards. But that should be okay. We have a pretty good deck, so it seems. But we'll have to see. We're probably going to cut the Mirrorweave. I'll get back to you guys with it. Alright, so I'm back, and I've decided to make my cuts. Plague Crafter, Clear the Mind, and Judith. I think Judith and Plague Crafter, although they are good, I just kind of have a lot of 3-drops that I like to play other than them, and I think those are the worst of them. And I mean, I have a lot of 2-drops, but those are mostly removal. And Clear the Mind, for decking myself, I do have Fibblethip to stop myself for X amount of turns. And I have some, I have enough win cons, I think. Hopefully, we'll see. But I'll see you guys in the first round. This is what the final deck looks like. Oh, with lands. Alright, so this is what the final deck's going to look like. And I'll see you guys in the first round. Alrighty, we're here in round 1. And we are going to be on the draw. And because of that, I think I'm going to keep. If we get 1 land, we can cast our entire hand, and I think that is pretty worth it. And we did get the 1 land, and it's probably one of our better ones. So I think our plan, depending on what they play, is probably going to be to go Shadow Mage Infiltrator first. And here the question is whether we want to run out the Guild Mage or not, but I don't think we're gonna. We're just gonna play this tapped. Reason for that is Guild Mage will die to Cry of the Cranarium. And hopefully we're able to play Shadow Mage and then... Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Alright, I think we're still going to play Shadow Mage Infiltrator. And then go from there. Hopefully we're able to play Shadow Mage into a Murmuring Mystic if we draw a land. That's a very scary walker, though. Alright, so we did draw a land, so we're right here, we're just able to go Shadow Mage, and then pass, and then hopefully we're able to get some value out of Cry of the Cranarium. The only problem is he does have to deal combat damage in order to draw the card. I think that's okay. So yeah, I think we're going to try to go Murmuring next turn, and then hopefully have enough to just clear the way. So he's going to uptick, play land, and he plays a Plague Crafter, which does get rid of our Shadow Mage, sadly. But that's okay. Nothing we can really do there. But here, we get to play Murmuring Mystic, and now I think we're in a pretty good spot as long as we draw a land. I'm really hoping we draw a land, because then we can cast the Precognitive Perception, and drawing 3 cards would be really good. So our opponent's going to downtick the Nissa, and then Assassin's Trophy our Mystic. The land we want to get here is going to be a... Do we have any double red? We do. We have expansion. So we're going to grab a mountain so that we have the double red besides the vivid. Okay. 2 damage to target creature. God, I just want to kill this Vivian. Because I want to kill Vivian really bad, we are just going to play the Benthid. Does he seriously... Okay. He doesn't have a kill spell. I was going to say that would be just dumb if he had even more kill spells. Alright, so this, he can pay 1 to sack until they get to land and put everything that he did into his graveyard. If he attacks here, we're going to block, but he's not going to. It's our turn. Okay, so first off, we're just going to attack Vivian. We have the Is It Charm to kill if he plays a... You've got to be kidding me. Okay. So now we're going to Is It Charm to finish off the demon. Alright, so we're going to do that now. Alright, so we killed that. We have 4 mana. And we are just going to play our Gutter Snipe out. Oh, I did that wrong. So yeah, we're going to play our Gutter Snipe out. And then pass the turn. Next turn, we can Precognitive Perception, scry 3, draw 3 in our main phase. Hopefully we're able to find something to kill this, although I don't even think we actually have anything left in our deck. Reason being, most of our stuff is kill a... So because it has Vigilance, we can't block it and make it not untap, sadly. God, Vivian's annoying. Alright, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna play... We're not gonna play land yet. We're just gonna start out with the Precognitive Perception. Deal 2 damage with Gutter Snipe. And because we cast it on our main phase, we get to scry 3 and then draw 3. So what I think we're gonna do is put them all to the bottom and then just blind draw. There could be something for the Lava Claw or Fibblethip, but I don't think that's what we need right now. Here, we control an island, so Drowned Catacombs will enter untapped. And then we basically have the option between Guildmage or Opt, of which we are going to choose... So we can get the preconception back, so we're going to Opt on their turn, because our only 1-drop is Opt. So besides Opt, there's nothing we really do want or anything. Okay. Valraz is bad because now Desecration Demon can put 6/1 counters on something. So we are going to Cry of the Carnarium, even if it means losing our Gutter Snipe and Illusion tokens. Yeah, this Vivian has just been insane, and our opponent's been able to protect it multiple times. Okay, so he can sacrifice something to regenerate Valraz. So we're going to block in hopes that he sacrifices, in which case on our turn we can Cry of the Carnarium. And here we're going to Opt. We're just going to always yield to this because we're probably not going to get it again anyways. So we get to scry 1, and Fire and Ice is actually quite good. Alright, so we actually killed the Valraz, which is good. Because basically what Scavenge does is he can just pay 4 and put 6/1 counters on something. So he returns Valraz to his hand. Oh, this guy's deck is murdering us right now. Here... So we can go 1, 2, Fire Vivian. 1, 2, 3, 4, get Fire back, Fire Vivian again. That's a lot of card disadvantage. Or maybe we just don't care about Vivian anymore. I think what we're going to do is just ice the Glen Crawler on their turn. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to play a land, play our Guild Mage. We're going to use one of his abilities. Right now we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 instants and sorceries in our graveyard. But yeah, so we're going to play Dimir Guildmage. We're going to make us draw. And then on their turn, we're going to ice or fire, depending on what they do. If they down-tick Vivian, we get to fire it and just kill it finally. It's probably what we're going to try to do. But because this thing does have trample, so tapping it down would be nice. But if he upticks on the Glen Crawler... Okay, so we're just going to do this right now. I'm going to fire this. Vivian down, so he gets no more value from that. Luckily. Okay, so he kills that, but that's actually fine. We need to find a way to kill the Glen Crawler. And fast. So right now he has 2 face down cards he can cast, so he basically has 5 cards in hand. We get to Experimental Overload eventually. We are going to block the Glen Crawler because it takes it out for 2 turns and saves us the same amount of damage as that. So we take 6 and go to 10, I believe. And now he can no longer cast his stuff at instant speed. 1 to regenerate, discard a card to put a 1/1 counter on it. Okay. It's actually pretty good. Okay, so we get Saheeli here. She's actually pretty good. So we're going to play Saheeli. Then we're going to go Experimental Overload, getting back Precognitive Preconception. So we get to make a 1/1 and get back our Precognitive Preconception. We're going to play Rot Farm, Bounce an Island. So, oh, I don't want to do that. But her ability lets us, so we can make like our Servo a copy of our Weird until end of turn. I think it works. But yeah, other than that, we'll just pass. We're not in a horrible place. This isn't going to untap this turn. The Lilith Troll can't really attack through our Weird. If we do, they'd have to discard 4 cards to keep it alive. But they could regenerate. Oh, this seems bad. What's happening here? Okay, Deadbridge Chant. So they do have 11 cards in their library, which is something to keep in mind. It's a good card, though. We will block. Okay, no attacks. Doesn't do anything. Now it's our turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to Precognitive Preconception on our main phase. We get a 1/1. Okay, so all of his creatures are black, so Terror's bad. Ritual of Soot will destroy the Lilith Troll and the Undercity Enforcer. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to bottom the Terror. Probably bottom the Ritual. Let's look at his graveyard real quick because of that. So he has Saproling, Underrealm Lich. This guy's deck is pretty darn good. He hits straight gas, very few lands. So we're going to put Ritual of Soot to the bottom. Most of his stuff isn't that. And then we'll top the Bleeding Edge. Okay, that's interesting. We'll keep in mind, we'll side out Fulminator Mage and Cry of the Canarium after this. But for now, we get 1 land for turn, so we're just going to play the island out. We're going to go black, black, blue, and then we're just going to attempt to kill the Lilith or force him to discard here and get more servos. And no matter what, we get the token. That does die. And now we're not in a horrible spot, which is all I'm concerned about. So our opponent got back the kill spell, of course. It's the one that, for 4 mana, instant speed, I believe, it can destroy a creature, artifact, or enchantment. I think. Is he just, or is maybe it's sorcery? What's happening? So that's freaking insane. Actually, we have Cry of the Carnarium. So if possible, we're just going to try to get rid of all of our creatures since we're going to kill all of them anyways. Oh, so he sacrificed Izoni. And then this. So now, oh, that sucks. So he milled a Tyrant Scorn, I think. Please attack. Of course not. Alright. So he gets to return the Izoni to his hand. Now it's our turn. Doomblade. So yeah, he actually... Yeah, we're dead next turn because he can mill us out with Undercity Enforcers. So that's game. This guy's deck seems very good, but I think we can beat it. I think we're gonna put in Mirrorweave, take out the Fulminator. We're gonna take out the Cry of the Carnarium. We're gonna take out the Terror and the Doomblade. Then we're gonna add a bunch of creatures, I believe. So we're gonna add Clear the Mind because he has graveyard stuff. We're gonna add, okay, so we need 2 more cards. So it could be Blister Coil Weird, or it could be some others. I think we're gonna add Plague Crafter, and yeah, we'll add Blister Coil Weird. Unless we want to keep Cry of the Carnarium or Fulminator. I do like keeping Fulminator Mage in on the play, so we'll do that. At worst, it's just a 3-mana 2/2. Alright, so we'll go first, and sadly we can't keep it. We can't keep this either. Okay, so we can keep this, and we put 2 cards on the bottom, and that's going to be the Banshee and the... No. Can I not? No. Yeah, I can cancel. So it's going to be the Ritual and the Bedevil. So we'll start out with the Vivid Marsh and just go for the turn 2 opt. This way, if we draw like our really good black-red 2-drop, we can just play it in attack, but we don't, so we'll just play that and pass. We have no other 1-drops besides opt, so playing it with 1 mana open doesn't super matter. Opponent's gonna play Duress, in which case we'll opt. And we'll put Plague Crafter on top, strictly because it's a non-creature spell. So he doesn't get anything. And then we'll just play a land and probably pass unless we draw something on our turn. Experiment 1. So I think we might play Crafter. We're gonna play it out and then just start trying to draw cards next turn. Well, actually, next turn we're probably just gonna Keening Banshee and try to kill the Experiment 1. So yeah, we'll take the 2. Then we're going to Keening Banshee, kill his Experiment 1. And then we have a 2/2 flyer, which is pretty decent. And then next turn, we can Plague Crafter away their Undercity. Hopefully they don't draw anything else, or play anything else. Okay. We'll take the 2. We don't really want to trade either of these for it. And then we're just gonna Plague Crafter. So I don't know why they did that. I mean, I guess it was to mill themselves, but now they have to discard a card. And we just have to sack a creature. So now they have to discard a card. Our opponent's deck is just chock full of removal. It's kind of crazy. Alright, so we'll play the land and pass. We're just going to always run our lands out, because if we draw lands and get up to 8 mana, we can double draw with the Guild Mage. That's really good for them. Sadly, that doesn't work on him. So it's when he attacks, you can pay 3 to return a creature from your yard to your hand. So he can get Underrealm Lich back, which is a 4/3. So we're just gonna play Murmuring and Murmuring and then attack with the Guild Mage, because we'd rather give up the Banshee than the Guild Mage. It is flying, but at the same time, flying isn't really as good as drawing cards right now. I'm guessing so he's going to attack and try to return something. So he's going to return Underrealm Lich to his hand. Probably one of the best cards in his deck. And then we're going to trade our Keening Banshee for the Taskmaster. Unless he has the thing that gives it +1 and +1 in Death Touch. He doesn't. That's good. But he does get to play the Lich. Wait, he had to pay 3 for it, didn't he? Wait, what the hell happened? Okay, so he didn't return that to his hand. Okay. So he gets a Glean Crawler and returns the Taskmaster. We're going to start out with the Fibblethip. And then we're just gonna... Oh, this is harsh. I mean, that's probably game. We just have no removal. Like, black deck is our worst matchup. And the fact that every single one of his creatures has been black is, like, shuts off all the removal we picked up. And we have nothing for the Glean Crawler at all. So that's just game. I'll see you guys in the second one. Hopefully we do a little bit better. Alrighty, we are here in the second match. We lost a die roll, so being on the draw is not bad at all for this deck. It's actually probably preferred, in all honesty. Alright, so our opponent chose to go first. This is actually a great hand. 2 mana. We have everything we could ever really want. So we're going to start on Lava Claw, enters untapped automatically. Next turn we'll go Watery Grave, and then we'll probably go into Dread Horde. Oh, Golgari Rot Farm. So we're going to play multiple 2-drops instead of skipping to 3. So here we'll go Watery Grave untapped, and then we'll go into... I think we want to start getting our Dread Horde Invasion online. It can chump block, or make him discard cards to Lilith Troll. Although, in honesty, we might wait again for Golgari Rot Farm and play the Storm-Carved Coast. So we're going to get smacked here for a little bit. Is he going to discard it all? No. So we lose a life and we get a token. And then here, so what we can do is we can Storm-Carved Coast and then attempt to kill the troll. Or we can just, yeah, so what I think we're going to do is we're going to Fibblethip and then we're going to Golgari Rot Farm, bounce the grave. We're drawing a lot of lands. But yeah, Rot Farm, bounce the grave. And then next turn we can run out our Mystic. So we're going to block here with Fibblethip because we don't really care about him at all. And if he wants to pay mana to regenerate, we're totally fine with that because it means he's not doing anything else. So we could Fulminator Mage. Wait. Oh, he has a Rot Farm. Yeah, we're Fulminator Maging here. So we're going to Fulminator Mage. So the question is, do we wait and block the troll and then kill the Rot Farm? And I think the question is no. We're just going to blow it up now so that he doesn't get it. Part of why I love Fulminator Mage. Okay, so he's going to pay 3 and then kill our token, which we're going to get back anyways. And then next turn we get to play the Murmuring Mystic. We'll probably... so yeah, we can Murmuring Mystic. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll have 5 on our turn. And then this can't really kill Murmuring Mystic as far as I know anytime soon. And we can bounce it. That's nice. So we're going to play Watery Grave tapped since we can't use the mana anyways. It does mean we have to remove a counter, but we're okay with that since our mana is pretty darn good right now, and then we'll pass. I do want to get our guy up to 6, which isn't super... Okay, yeah. So, blowing up his Rot Farm's awesome. He is playing black. That sucks. We have to take out Terra and Doomblade. We do get to... we will put in... We'll put in Judith and Plague Crafter again. See, I'm on the fence about Judith between Judith and Clear the Mind. I think Piston Fist Cyclops should have been a 4/4. Would have made it a lot better as a defender. There's already a lot of 4/4 defenders. I think we're actually just going to put Clear the Mind in because it seems like he did have some graveyard stuff. It's kind of weird that we played against kind of the same deck twice in a row, but it is what it is. And here we have an amazing, amazing hand. So we get to go Vivid Marsh, pass. Hopefully... Oh, that's awesome. So we get Dreadhorde, and then we can back it up with an Izzet Charm. And our Dreadhorde's going to be a 2/2. I'm surprised he went for that, because if we have Fulminator, I'm sure he would just die. Alright, so now we have a Dreadhorde down. We can black it up with Plague Crafter, Izzet Charm. Oh, so many options. But if he just passes, we're okay with that too. Simic Keyrune. Okay. So, what I think we're going to do is pay 2, play Fibblethip. First, let's attack with Dreadhorde. Because if he has Pongify or something, then we can counter it. Doesn't look like he does. So here we're just going to pay 2, play Fibblethip. Devil. Alright, we're going to Rot Farm. The question is, do we want to bounce the Vivid Marsh to reset counters? Because I think we'll need them answer is I think we'll only need one more for our expansion expulsion. So we're just going to play Rot Farm Bounce Mountain so that we can stay somewhat aggro. Next turn we can either play Mountain if we want to be Devil, or we can play Watery Grave if we want to do anything else. Play a giant creature. Not a giant creature, but Urban Evolution is a great card. Alright, he's going to pass. So we here are going to play... So I think we're going to just play Mountain and then swing. This lets us Is It Charm or Be Devil. Be Devil without counters. So yeah, Dreadhorde can just win the game on its own, and here we're seeing that it's doing pretty good at it. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Alright, so our opponent is going to look at our hand and then make us discard a card and create a 1/1. What we can do is do it back at them, right? Yeah, we can expansion and expulsion it back at them, which I kind of like doing. So we get to duress them, then they get to duress us. Obviously their hands, wow, that's straight gas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What does this do? So I discard, he puts a card on top, Incubation Druid, Loath Troll. Taskmaster. So his hand isn't good. Just straight up not good. I think the best card that he could play, I think I'm just gonna I could take the Dead Bridge because it's just straight up like the luckiest card. I could take Incubation because it makes mana. I think I'm actually gonna take Loath Troll because of the regenerate. And then we get a 1/1, and then he gets a 1/1. We'll see what he takes. So he took our Plague Crafter, surprisingly enough, even though he now has a 1/1 token. So on our turn, sadly we don't have any Vivid counters left, so we can't like Be Devil and Is It Charm. Well, we couldn't do that anyway, actually. But we do have, we can put a Dimir Guildmage online. Okay, so he just plays Putrid Leech. And passes. So I think what we're gonna do is play Watery Grave untapped. We can kill both of their, wait, can we kill both of their creatures? No. We can't kill both of them. But what we can do is just attack and see what happens. He's not going to be able to kill because we can kill at instant speed. So we'll attack. If he's going to like block Putrid here, that there, then we can fire. Dun, 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 dun. I don't think that's bad for us. I think we're okay with that. So we're going to let that go. Then we're going to tap 3 for Guildmage, leaving up Fire and Ice and Is It Charm. We're not super concerned about the Putrid Leech really doing anything, so it's just a Putrid Leech. So he has quite a few stuff. Things and stuff all the way. So our opponent's attempting to play an Underrealm Lich. Sadly, we have to let it go. We can't counter it with our Is It Charm, but we know his hand exactly still. Here, what I think we're going to do is we're going to ice the Lich. We draw Fulminator. So we can, let me see, so we can play Swamp and then Bedevil that, and then Fulminator Mage kill his Golgari farm. I think that's actually pretty good. We set him back on mana. We know his hand exactly. We leave him with an Underrealm Lich. And then we put him down to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We put him to 4. Or we can Island Izzet Charm the Putrid. And if he pays the life, then we have lethal because we can bedevil our own Dreadhorde. I think we're going to do that. So we're just going to go 1, 2. So we still have enough for Fulminator. We're going to Izzet Charm deals 2 damage to Putrid. He's going to pay and make the leech bigger. I don't know if I totally thought this out. I kind of counted on him not paying and letting it die, and then we would have lethal. But what we can do still is we can play Island and draw a card, swing out, trade Dreadhorde to murder him, and then we'll deal 4, 5, 6, 7, leave him at 3. Or, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to play a land and then pass, or land and then just attack. All of our creatures will kill Putrid Leech, and if he doesn't block here, we win. And if he, yeah, so we have him in quite a tight spot. So we get to deal 4 to his face. And then I think we're just gonna, so if we Fulminator, we leave him with 1, 2, 3, we leave him with 4 mana, and that's not enough to do really much. So we're gonna play Fulminator and then kill his Rot Farm. And now our deck is, we're looking pretty good with this Dimir Guildmage, and he has no removal in hand. He played Putrid Leech, and that's it so far. Now he's on 4 mana. He does have an Underrealm Lich. Oh, alright, so we win the match, and now we'll see you guys in the third one. Hopefully we can pull out a 2-1. Alrighty, we're here in the third and final match. I think we are going to go first, and we are going to keep this amazing hand. Alright, so we're going to start out with Golgari. No, we're going to start out with Watery Grave tapped and pass. Hopefully he's not playing black. That's all I can say. Nice! That's not black. Alright, so it has Mentor and it can buff itself. It's actually a pretty scary card. But we're going to Rot Farm, bounce the Grave, and then run out our Infiltrator next turn. So that's a good one, but we can run out Infiltrator and then kill it before he can activate and create a Sacriling. So we're okay with that. So we're going to go Watery Grave untapped, sadly. Not as good against aggro, but still a good one. Shadow Mage can block the Gruul Guildmage, so we're chilling there. So it looks like he's white, red, and green. Squirrel Sanctuary, what does this do? So when it enters, he creates a 1/1. When a non-token dies, he can pay 1 to return it to its hand to play it again to make a 1/1. So that's pretty decent. Oh, Convoke. Oh. God, I hate these. Alright, so he plays Conclave Tribunal and swings. We have to take 2, but we get to play down our Murmur. Oh, so what we're actually going to do here is just Cry of the Cranarium and wipe his board. And then play a Drowned Catacomb and pass. Now we're pretty far ahead because we just like kind of almost 3 for London, but I mean Squirrel Sanctuary he can get back. So we're gonna play a land before we play our thing, our Murmuring Mystic. We don't really have anything we could do anyways, but oh, so we only have 5. That's okay. So we're gonna play Murmuring. And now we have a lot of removal. We have Terror, Doomblade, and we can Experimental Overload back something. Oh, nice. Okay. So that was a really fast concede from our opponent. Maybe he just had all lands or something. We don't actually have to do much for this one. I think our deck is pretty good against... Like, this is a type of deck we were hoping we would have played against. Like, where our removal is actual removal. Sadly though, we cannot keep this. Okay, we can keep this and shove Bedevil to the bottom because we are nowhere close to getting double black. Alright, so we're going to play Island and pass. Hopefully we can just use this Is It Charmed Loot and hit our black mana. So yeah, we have to, and we're going to do it on our turn so that... Wait. Yeah, during his turn, they cost more. So we're going to loot. And when this dies, he gets a 1/1 flying. Alright, so we're going to discard... How much do we need red? Not really. We already have double red. Alright, so we're going to discard Shivan Reef, because against aggro, we don't want to lose too much life. Depending on what he plays, determines Blood Crypt. It'll probably be untapped anyways. That's actually pretty good. So we'll go Dread Horde Butcher and then swing. So we're in a decent spot, not great, but we do have tons of removal for anything he can play. Like that, it's just dead. Alright, so that's a little harder. I really wish he had attacked with that, but we're... Okay, so it just costs 1 more. So we're just going to play a land and then pass. Hopefully he attacks with both, and then we can kill it, and then swing on his turn. And once it gets to 3, that's a lot better. God, why isn't he attacking? Okay, whatever. So we get to pay 3, and we're going to terror it. Terror's worse than Doomblade, just because it can't do artifacts. And our opponent's going to follow it up with Boros Reckoner. Why didn't you attack with both then? Whatever. Alright, we're going to Stormcarved Coast. And I think we're going to swing with Dread... No. So this can get first strike. I don't think there's any reason to not just wait. Oh, him not attacking with Tithe Taker is really annoying. Because if we had gotten 1 more attack in with the Dread Horde, we would have been fine. We're not going to do it right now because we kind of wanted to play something else. Or at least swing with the Tithe... Oh my god. So yeah, we're just going to Doomblade it once again. He's going to pay to take it back to his hand. Alright, so we're just going to start out with Opt, maybe hit a black source. I'll take it. We're going to play that, untapped. And I think we're just going to do this on the Tithe Taker. And I think we are going to attack. I think I'm okay with losing Dreadhorde at this point because I don't think there's any way that it actually does anything now. And we'll just deal 2 damage to him. I think we're doing pretty bad right now. We really need like a large draw spell, otherwise we're probably not going to be able to keep up with him this game. Unless he just plays random cards like that. Okay, so Ritual of Soot seems like insane against his deck, but I'm also scared that I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of a mistake, but I don't think keeping it in hand is bad. Come on, just play only 3 drops. What? What the hell? I didn't even know that card was in here. That seems weird. Alright, so now we just get to Ritual of Soot, like, board wipe him hard, except for Gired. I'm not gonna attack. Maybe I should have, but I don't think it super matters. Play land and then pass. Now we have Cry of the Cranarium, but we need a way to take care of this Gired, of which we have nothing. So we really just need creatures now, and good ones. Or okay, so if we don't draw something next turn, we're just pretty much dead. That is something that can get us some. Okay, so we're dead. Alright, so getting a better look at their deck. We seem like good against them. We just didn't like have enough card draw that game to like keep up, especially after we mulliganed. So I think we're just gonna run it back. The only thing I could add is Mirror Weave. This hand's awesome. This hand's totally awesome. We'll go Marsh and pass. Yeah, this hand's super. So if he plays Dauntless, it's actually a really good one, but he didn't choose anything, so it doesn't really matter. Just gonna play that and pass. I think we are just gonna go Shadow Mage even if he plays, unless he plays a bounce land, which he does not. Tithe Taker once again. Luckily, none of his stuff so far can block my Shadow Mage. Awesome. That's a card we really did want to see. So now we'll go Shadow Mage and then pass. Great thing about Shadow Mage being a 1/3 is it blocks all these 2/1s really well. To keep in mind though, this token can actually kill, or it can block. Oh my god. If he attacks, no he doesn't. Wow, I feel real bad for this guy. So we're gonna attack. We're gonna draw a card, and then we're just gonna, we'll play a land out, and we're just gonna make him cry. I'm glad I took that card. Alright, that is match 3. We ended up with a 2-1. I think our deck was okay. Sadly, our deck was actually honestly pretty bad against other black decks. I was really surprised we were able to pull it off in the second round. Just because like our best 2 removal spells were only non-black creatures, and our like best repeated card draw is also basically non-black creatures. But all in all, taking lands worked out well. We had all the mana we needed almost every game. Other than that, I'd say take mana highly if you're planning on draft it, and go multiple colors once again. Let me know if you guys want anything, if you want to see anything. It'd be awesome if you guys could click the subscribe button. And I'll keep making more videos. Whenever there's a new league, I'll try to do 2 or 3 of them so that I can show you guys how I draft, what I do, and hopefully some really cool games and decks. I'll see you guys in the next ones, and thanks for watching.